Happy Wednesday. When I don't do a video back to back, I always lose track of days. Gosh, raising kids, raising sons alone. Yeah. It can be a lot sometime. It can. Emotions and ooh, child, I can't even tell you. It's been okay. Had a talk with my son yesterday, and I understand as parents, whether it's positive or negative, we create the mindset, the life. We help mold them into what they're going to be. It's scriptural, but even if it's not, that's reality. But God just reminds us that that is reality. Train up a child. However you train him, whatever seeds you put into him or her while they're young and as they're getting older, that's usually what transpires. Um, my son has been in a multiplicity of activities, sports, since he's been 3. He started Taekwondo at 3. And by the time he was 4, he started like little T-ball and things like that. T-ball and soccer. And then it just like snowballed to more activities, more events, with multiple groups. So he's been successfully busy since he was 3. Um, I'll say he's 13 now. He'll be 14, actually May 31st. So when he turned about 10, I really start trying to crack down on him. Reminded him, well, I will say 9. Um, yes, this is the life that I've provided for you. However, you still have to be gracious and appreciate the life you've been given. You have to show gratitude. Because it's the right thing to do. Because people don't have to do things for you. As parents, yes, via the law and here on earth and even scriptural, it's imperative that we give them morals, values, ethics, and standards and stances. Put a roof over their head. The Bible or the law doesn't emphasize what type of roof. We have to feed them. The Bible or the law doesn't emphasize what type of food we have to give them. Of course, I'm not talking about like how some crazy stories like parents feed their kids like dog food. I'm just talking about general standard parenting practices. If I wanted to give my son oodles of noodles every day and bologna, I can't go to jail for that. If I bought his clothes from the Goodwill and just waited until I obtained donations from people from church, that's not against the law. So I try to explain to my child that how you dress, how you live your life, the things that you partake in, all of those things, even though they're granted to you from your mother, they're all perks. They are. And you're a child, so of course you're not able to pay me back. You don't have a job, you don't have an inheritance from like a dead relative. So your way of paying me back, like most parents, be respectful, do good in school, make good grades, fix your bed, um, help around the house, things like that. The stakes get even higher when you're in private school. Private school, the monthly tuition is enough for a truck note. Okay. You put your kid in private school because you want something different. You're not trying to say, oh, my kid is better than yours, even if you're thinking that, but you would never say that. But you just want a different environment for your child. That's all. And people who keep their kids in private school when the child isn't pulling their weight, it's because they have money to burn, or for them, it's a status thing. Well, honey, I don't have money to burn. I wish I did, but I wouldn't do it. But it's a nice thought to just know that you can burn money and won't miss it. Or a status thing. I'm not worried about status. I have a African American son who does not have any strong male leadership in his life, black or white. He has some, but it's not strong. Strong means consistent. Strong means steady. Strong means ready and available. Strong means you're just there. And he doesn't have that. So yeah. And I want to state that even though I talk about the lack of presence of his father, also in my family, I have males in my family, and my male counterparts aren't there for my son. Although that, you know, they didn't make my son, but just being family, they should be there. So Jared doesn't have it on either side, but of course it stands out more because the father isn't there. So it's both sides. When I pray for both sides. I just want to add that point because someone, well, a few people sent me not videos. I'm sorry, emails about does he have any uncles and things like that, and yes, the uncles aren't there. And I've expressed that. But a child who knows they have a father, they're going to miss the father before the uncle. Not saying they don't love the uncle, but I want my dad. You know, that's natural. But Jared doesn't have that. So it makes him have a multitude of emotions at different times of his life, and it's very, very challenging. It's very, very challenging. And I expressed to him, you know, being in private school is a privilege. It's just me. It's me and the Lord doing this for you. And you have to earn your way. You have to pay your way. Your way of paying your way is doing your part. And you get taken from public to be put in private, but you're maintaining like you are actually in public. So what do I do? Do I homeschool you? What do I do? And we really had a I had a deep talk with him, and he just kind of sat and listened. But yesterday, for the first time, I can honestly say I think my son finally heard me. I let him know I felt he didn't, he loved me, but he didn't appreciate in its totality of what I do for him. And he really thought, because it's like, wow, I may have to go back to public school because I'm not doing my part. All the ripping and running, the sports, the activities, everything, life as you once known it, it's about to change in all facets. And yesterday, literally, I think for the first time of me saying the same things for like the last 6 years, he finally heard me. And like I said, sometimes as the male species, they have to feel that big pinch for them to realize I need to get myself together. So that's probably what I'm going to do. You know, change for a little bit, then it's like back to normal. Change for a little bit, but it's back to normal. So I have to just boop, to make it stick for him to really feel like, oh wow, I missed out. It's no different from the Lord. He keeps his hand over us for favor and for covering. And when we're disobedient consistently, he pulls his hand back some to let us see what life is when he doesn't have his hand covering us, when he doesn't have his hand extending favor toward us. You know, yeah. So just pray for me, you guys. Just pray for me. He knows too much naturally and spiritually. He does. So I think it hurts me more than it's going to hurt him. But tough love, and this is the beginning. But pray my strength in the Lord that I don't buck down and get soft, because right through here with no males in his life, I need to stand firm and strong. So just pray my strength. Alright, you guys, God bless you. Have a good day.